break open your house one time, they rape your mother, they rape your father, they rape your brother, they rape your sister, they rape your auntie, they rape your auntie, they rob you of all your jewels, they take your car if you have a license firearm, they take your firearm, and they go on with that. And those that are supposed to vote for this bill, for the next year, you all are pleased and it's okay with that. What are they smoking? You cannot come and tell Saieed, well hear this now, Saieed, mass mandatory, here we go, it come to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on Saieed. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you go to a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you're going to church side, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school side, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Thanks! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change. And thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago, coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saieed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saieed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Hey, we have a packed program for you tonight. Really, really packed. But before I go further in our show tonight, viewers, remember we are live on Synergy Network from Monday to Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. with a rerun the next day from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Remember that, viewers. We are also on Facebook. We are also on YouTube. On Facebook, it's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Like and share, viewers. I always encourage you, remember, viewers, I always encourage you to share our social media platform so that your friends and family will know about Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Don't forget, on YouTube, it's TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you will know when we go live. Also, we encourage you to open a savings account at Real Talk Credit Union, viewers. It is important to save for your future and your child's future. We are giving you the opportunity to open a savings account for your kid. US or TT. It's your choice. But saving for your loved ones, it is important. It is setting a pace, it is setting a standard for your kids or your grandkids. Remember that. And also, Real Talk is offering you 4% on fixed deposit. Remember that, viewers. So as we start our program tonight, Head of Police Commissioner Earl Haywood Christopher, reaching the retirement age at 60 next week, Cabinet took the decision to extend the year of service for the Commissioner of Police in Trinidad and Tobago. Police Service for the period May 15, 2023 to May 24, 2024. Imagine this, we pick the cabinet or the selecting committee. They pick a commissioner of police who is set to turn 60 next week. 60 next week. At what age do we, at what age does a police officer resign from TTPS? At what age? Let me tell you something. Is a set of curry favors. It's tune it up tonight, viewers. And it's a set of curry favor. You can tell me a woman police turning 60 next week, and you is the commissioner of police, and they extend your contract now for 1 year. You ain't going and hot up your head. You ain't going and run down no criminal. You ain't going to come out with no plan. You done 60 years already. Where you going and fight? Where you going and fight? Where you going and run down? You ain't going and run down nothing. It's time for me to sit down in a couch, in a recliner, and play with my grandchild. I might have a little pompek or a poodle or something inside my house. And it's time for them dogs to be on your lap, or sit down in your porch, or you know what? I leave Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going for a vacation at the age of 60 next week. You think you're going to have plans to run down criminal? You don't serve maybe 20, 30 years in the police force. You didn't come out with no, you even have a crime plan. So you think at the age of 60 you're going to set a crime plan to do what hot up your head? Who knows, you may be suffering from heart pressure or kidney or some kind of thing. Just saying, at 60, all of what we're going to do for Trinidad and Tobago? Absolutely nothing. But you know what? You will enjoy the benefits you're getting as a commissioner of police for Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Imagine that. However, according to Section 75 of the Police Service Act, the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, where it is considered in the national interest, may extend the years of service of an officer in the first division after the officer has reached the prescribed age of retirement. Enjoy and live on the benefits that you're getting from TTPS. All I hear anybody quarreling about that? No! Nobody is saying nothing. Nobody has time to say nothing. Because Trinidad and Tobago realizes that set of curry favors. Imagine we take a 60-year-old woman to be a commissioner of police. Next week is retirement age. Next week is retirement age, and we're proud of that. Let me tell you something. They go by, these people in high authority, there's let down Trinidad and Tobago. There's actually let down Trinidad and Tobago. Where's all them chambers and who is like to come front and make speeches, and where them? Where's all of those? Huh? Let me tell you something. Who vex, who please, you know. At the end of the day, I will say, retirement age for you, you should really go home. Because you ain't going to hurt up. No, let me tell you something. No citizen of Trinidad and Tobago reaching the age of 60 going and hurt up their head with anything. Nobody. That may be some friend from the for the Prime Minister or the Joint Select Committee or somebody in Ministry of Security. That may be some good friend. But come in that girl, we got pick you and you're going to enjoy the benefits. You look good, yes? So here it is. Following in the footsteps of the police and defense force on Tuesday afternoon, the Prison Officers Association, that is the POA, will reportedly accept the 4% salary increase offer from the government. The agreement means that Fire Officers Association remain the lone member of the protective service not to agree to it. Me I blame them, you know. Me I blame them because if they had good gears, You think them running in a building lighting up to save somebody? No, they wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. On March 31st, Assistant Commissioner of Prison, Felix Alexis, head of the 1st Division Prison Officers Association, and the Chief Personnel Officer, Dr. Daryl Dindial, agreed to the increase. This offer means prison officers will be given no increase, all I hear that? No increase for year 2014 to 2016, 2% for 2016, and nothing for 2017 to 2018, and another 2% for 2019. And the prison, who run in the prison? He something wrong with him, maths or what? Before you stand up for your officers, that is what you do. When they was killing prison officers, like if rain was falling, how many of them got guns to carry home? How many? I wonder if your time close to retirement. Negotiations for the remaining 4-year period, 2020 to 2023, are continuing. Oh, you look good, you know, look good. You look really good. Better than all it ain't have. But then again, police, fire, coast guard, prison, army, these officers and them cannot protest. So you know who they're depending on? They're dependent on people like Saieed now to highlight the matter on TV. Because they can't protest, they don't have a mouth. The leader who running the whole unit, they themselves don't have a mouth. Politics and everything in Trinidad, you know. Everything in Trinidad and Tobago. So viewers, hear this, eh? You have a caller? Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Good night, Mr. Saieed. I want to let you know, right, that we had made a payment to Point Loma since December month for a boat cruise dated in April.
Hold on. Point Loma, there's a cruise ship?
Yes, there's a cruise ship company.
A boat in Trinidad?
Yes.
Okay.
Look, all right. So we made this down payment for this boat, for this cruise in April month.
April this year?
April this year. So happened the boat is not sailing since January. Point Loma never contacted me to say the boat is not sailing. We heard it from word of mouth. Trying to contact Point Loma every day is a runner. I'll call you back. Someone from the office will call you.
Okay.
You will get your refund. And up to now, we're not getting no refund. We're not getting a word, nothing like that.
Okay, so you trying to contact the office?
Yes.
Okay, did you actually go down by the office?
We went by the office, and they stand up through a gate, a burglar gate, and they spoke to us, and they tell us come the other week for the money. When we go on the other week for the money, nobody come out from the office.
So you did went down, they gave you a time to come back, you went back, and nobody serviced whatever it was?
Yeah, nobody came out from the office. When we called, they say they'll call us back, they never call us back.
Wow. So more or less, you paid for your cruise that never took place.
That never took place. We had to end up taking another boat because remember we was done taking money from customers already.
I understand. And they refused to contact all you.
They refused to contact us and they refused to give us back our down payment.
Well, my dear, I hope after airing this, if anybody else booked a cruise with this cruise ship to sail, probably. Okay, so here it is. Where was this cruise booked to go?
Well, on the sea, you know, like how they will go sail out in the sea.
Oh, wait, it's a party boat?
A party boat, yes.
Oh, okay. So you paid to go on a cruise outside in the ocean, spend a couple hours and come back in?
Right. It was carded for 7 to 11 in the night.
And it never happened?
Never happened.
No refund?
No refund, no word of nothing from Point Loma.
My dear, thank you so much for highlighting it. Maybe it's somebody else who actually this same incident happened to. Maybe you can reach out and call the program. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to hear the PM on the COVID-19 restriction coming to an end after this break.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Carney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, we at Real Talk is offering you 4% on our fixed deposit. Remember that, viewers, 4%. Check your bankers, and if you're not getting 4%, close on your fixed deposit, contact Real Talk. It's the best thing I could tell you. Times are getting hard. You see, the president, the whole family enjoying the president's house. $40,000 a month for phone bill. Ooh, $40,000 a month. Imagine that. Boy, let me tell you something. It have a God, you know. Take what I'm telling you. You see what I'm the Maxi Coffee? You see what I'm the Maxi Coffee? He could not enjoy his ministership. God alone knows what that man had planned. But nevertheless, them out of it. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley have stated that decisions are being made with the Chief Medical Officer, the CMO, and the Ministry of Health with respect to the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions by Friday, 12th May 2023. The PM stated that COVID-19 is no longer what it was, and he acknowledged that the virus was no longer a public health emergency as of May 5th. But it does not mean that the virus cannot pose a threat. Listen to the PM.
I want to say that the WHO has now indicated, thankfully, mercifully, we are in a position to say so, that COVID is no longer what it was. On the 5th of May, which is a few days ago, the Director General, who is familiar with us, familiar to us, the DG of the WHO Health Organization, the WHO, determined that COVID-19 no longer constitutes a public health emergency or international concern, PHEIC as it's called. However, this does not mean that the virus is no longer in circulation and cannot still pose a threat.
Let's see who's the man calling the shot. When the Alsing said, we will not be moving restriction anytime soon, maybe later into the future, they're going to see about it. When I tell him, I say, well, if WHO removed the restriction, who the hell is we in Trinidad? Who the hell is we bigger than WHO? No, you know who calling the shot? The Prime Minister is calling the shot. So Terence now, hey, Terence is the Health Minister. He is the Health Minister. Dr. Keith Rowley is the Prime Minister. He's not Health Man. Who called the shots? Who called the shots? Dr. Rowley said consultation with the CMO, Dr. Roshan Parashram, Minister of Health Terence Dialsing, and the AG are ongoing in further steps in removing restriction by the end of this week. Who's the boss there? Who's the boss? Terence? No, Terence is not the boss. Dr. Rowley is the man calling the shot there now. He should have removed the health minister a long time, you know. Hey, hear this. Navin, COVID come and gone for 2 or 3 years in Trinidad and Tobago. And the Davis report, Trinidad and Tobago, and the Minister of Health say he's awaiting the report from the Davis home up in Grandy. Up to now, Trinidad and Tobago. Hey, Terence Dialsing, any man to come out and drop that report in Parliament. Otherwise, hear what's going on. The Prime Minister telling him one time, watch me, you resign from my cabinet. Oh, let's let joke I was telling earlier. COVID come and gone. COVID is no longer a threat again. Did that come out into the public domain? No. I wonder if somebody in Tobago own a house somewhere up in Grandy. Oh, let's talk now. Oh, let's talk now, Trinidad. Side, you're bashing the PNM? Really? Who's supposed to bring the report? Me? No. Dialsing's supposed to report to the public about the issues with the David home. Is it David home, I believe? Well, let's talk now. Terence was the man who used to say, oh, it have a loudmouth man on TV, and he this and he that. Terence, careful where you're saying, boom, you get in an accident. Who's the loudmouth man? That loudmouth man is who spirit walk. You feel like Fred earlier? You just an MP. You just hold a title as a minister. That is why I just come here. And when I come here, I present facts and reality to all you. Not a puppet and string and gimme and say we go do this and do that. No, I don't do that. That is not me. Prime Minister, he reminded person that COVID has not ended and we will have to live with it with the rest of the world. Listen to the PM.
In Trinidad and Tobago, we have already removed most of our responses in consultation with the CMO and the Minister of Health. And in before the end of the week, the Minister of Health and the Attorney General will take steps to remove the restrictions which are in place to stay. Initially, they were put there to be there in force until July. We are now going to discontinue virtually all of those and the requirements for COVID testing to travel and to enter the country and things like that. The only thing that we think we will keep is in the health system where it is prudent to keep masks on so as to protect patients and employees. That appears to be the only area. But let us wait until about Friday into the weekend when the AG will have the opportunity to redo the legislation, the regulations, and they will come to me and I will sign off on that. And the Ministry of Health, guided by the CMO, we will determine what little vestige we keep, but we have to tell ourselves, COVID has not gone. It has receded considerably, and we will live with it as the rest of the world is at the moment in time.
That is the boss calling the shots. You see that man on TV there, they call Dr. Rowley? The leader of the PNM administration presently governing our country, that is the man calling the shots. With Terence. Why Terence say go against his ruling? And Terence is the health minister? And Terence is the pharmacist? Terence is supposed to come out and say, well, Dr. Rowley, here what's going on now. Not because WHO do it, we go do it, you know. Terence says something now. So here it is. President Christine Kangaloo have sought to remind citizens that her office does not select attorneys to be appointed as senior counsels. I'm going to tell her who called any shot just now on that. In a short speech after conferring silk on 17 attorneys, including her husband, Kerwin Garcia, and her brother, Colin Kangaloo, she sought to outline the procedures for appointments. All of a sudden, President, husband, and brother, what? They're stepping in. Where all the light shining? Where all the light shining? Kangaloo stated that the role of appointment was done by the Attorney General, and she was then advised by the Prime Minister on who should be appointed. Oh, listen to this.
The Honorable Prime Minister considers the Honorable Attorney General's recommendations and then advises the President on the attorneys at law who are to be awarded the status of senior counsel.
So you hear? From the AG's office. But, then advised by Prime Minister on who should be appointed. So the PM had something to say in this then. So it was not just the Attorney General's office, but also the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. That's conflict? That's conflict? Because, I mean, it is alleged that the PM said who should be appointed. She added, at the end of the process, the President acts in accordance with Section 80, subsection 1 of the Constitution and formally confers senior counsel status to those upon whom he or she has been advised to do so. The President also sought to advise the recipients of their new role and responsibilities in the legal profession, and she advised them to savor the moment which would no doubt define their careers. Questioned how it felt to be presented the instrument by his wife, Garcia replied that it is an important distinction to be drawn and that he felt happy to benefit from the accident of history. Believe me, that was really an accident.
The distinction between the end of the process, which is today, and the executing of the process, which began with the Honorable Attorney General inviting applications, is an important distinction to be drawn. Do I feel that it is a happy turn of events, that it happens to be that it is Her Excellency Ms. Christine Kangaloo who is occupying the office of President at this time? That is a most happy accident of history, and I'm happy to benefit from that accident of history, yes.
So Trinidad and Tobago have a question for all you. If Christine Kangaloo was not appointed president, let me make this correct statement. If Christine Kangaloo was not appointed the 7th president of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, would they choose her husband and brother to be awarded silk? All I want to know why I raised that. The Law Association have stated that it had no consultation with Attorney General Regional Arm or SC on the merit of the attorneys who applied for the status of silk, meaning senior counsel. On Monday, after 17 attorneys, including the husband and brother of President Christine Kangaloo, received the appointment as SCS, senior counsel, Amo said that the selection process had included consultation with the Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago. But here now, the Law Association stated it had no consultation with the Attorney General. Hey! Let's say something. And then all I want to say, Saieed is a bad man. Saieed, you only bashing. So Amo, Did you had discussions with the Law Association in Trinidad and Tobago? Because they are claiming you had no discussion with them. Hello, come now, man. Hey, this thing getting better, you know. Amo, you cannot draw the legislation. You cannot give scrap iron dealers their license to export iron, old material. You cannot give them the license to export material. But the Law Association in Trinidad and Tobago wants to know who and you had that discussion. In where? In the Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago. You and who had that discussion? Because they are saying, according to this, you did not have discussion. But then again, if the Prime Minister steps in, Amo, if the Prime Minister steps in and tell you who to give what you going to do? What you going to do, Amo? Call her good night.
Good night, good night.
Short and sweet, short and sweet.
I like your silk, boy. You get silk, or that is an imitation silk shit you have there. I feel all of them get imitation silk, you know. Because you know why? Nepotism. Nepotism. The only person the only set of people who I thought would have get, and I get, I feel sorry for them. You know a fella by the name of Fixie? You know a fella by the name of Alwari? You know a fella by the name of Scotland? You know a lady by the name of Sharon? You know somebody by the name of Penelope? You know a lady by the name of Regis? All of them close in the bosom of the PNM. How you get them? He's discriminating us. Now the other thing is, you know the current legal bill is $1 billion plus. Now all these silk, as they give them silk now, the fees go double. So that bill, we taxpayer funded, might move to $2 billion. Plain and simple. I go and have a nice night.
Thank you, my friend. So Trinidad and Tobago, the Bacchanal now reached down to the legal part of Trinidad and Tobago. Here it is. The association said that after Amo invited to consult on application at LATT subcommittee decided to discuss with him the setting up of an independent committee ahead by Chief Justice Ivor Archie to consider applications. So that's what the Law Association subcommittee told Amo. But here it is. The LATT release stated that a nominee for the subcommittee communicated that position to Amo and asked for a meeting with Dr. Rowley to discuss establishment of the review committee. As a result, LATT, meaning the Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago, said it had no discussion whatsoever with Amo on any application or the merit of any application for admission to the rank of senior counsel. So who gave Amo the authorization? Who? Who is so above the LATT to give Amo instructions on who to appoint? Because here it is. There was to discuss a review committee. Did that committee be set up? As a result, LATT said it had no discussion with Amo. Now, speaking on the issue today, the AG stated that he sent a letter with applications, but the association did not want to take part in the process. Listen to this.
So, your quotation of what I said yesterday was accurate, and it would not be correct to suggest that I engaged in any consultation with the Law Association. I disclosed the list to them. I invited them to discuss it with me. It so happened they did not because they chose a different process. I hope that addresses your question. I'm not going to get into all of those details. This was a professional conversation between myself and a member of the association. If they wish to get into those details, that is their prerogative. But that's the record, and I put it in writing.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you, Prime Minister.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
You may
ladies and
take a seat. So, the Law Association, surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. The Law Association refused to take part in the process, a discussion in the process, and then put out a release that the Attorney General lied. Why aren't you surprised? Thank you and good day.
Trinidad and Tobago, we want the truth. We want the truth. If Christine Kangaloo was not selected as the 7th president for Trinidad and Tobago, would AMO or would that selecting committee or the review committee, would they have selected her husband and brother? Because apparently it's bacchanal now. It is bacchanal with the Law Association in Trinidad and Tobago. They refuse to have a discussion with the Attorney General. Why? Why? Why don't the truth prevail? Huh? What is that telling you, Trinidad and Tobago? Is our justice system in our country, is it being governed properly? Come on, man, we are dumb, dotish and stupid at the same time. Now, you a political scientist. Dr. Indira Rampasad have stated that the award of Silk senior counsel status to the brother and husband of President Christine Kangaloo reflects poorly on her as head of state. She is also of the view that cabinet should not be involved in recommending lawyers for Silk. Rampasad believes that her appointments reflected badly on the president just because they are her relatives and seem to be a conflict of interest here. However, Rampasad could not determine whether Kangaloo relative met the criteria to be appointed as senior counsel. Were they? Did they meet the requirement? So let me just say this. Was that the reason why the Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago did not have discussions with AMO? Did they realize that there was something more and refuse to get a name blunted in it? Or a stink name? You know me. I bring the raw truth to all you, whether they like it or not. The truth must be told. Rampasad also recalled the public uproar when Pusat Bisesa and Ramgulam were awarded Silk and wondered, are we going to see the same uproar today? We did. She added, hey, let me tell you something. It's a real bacchanal, you know. On May 5th, supplementation of $10 million, $779,000 was allocated in the 2022-2023 budget for the president office. $10,797,000. And we, watch me, the corporation can't get money to buy material, you know. But look what happening. Look what happening. $10.7 million awarded for the president office. And $1 million they can't find to give a corporation to buy material to patch the road. Let me tell you something. We had to be some real dummy. And for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who cannot see that. And let me tell you something. Continue wearing glasses, and I go buy a truckload of bowlers and pass and drop it by all your house for to feed all your family. Open all your eyes. What more you want? $40,000 for a phone bill for the president? So she is working. If she's the president and that's her job, we pay taxes and we can get proper representation. What taxes? I sure them probably get deduction. Deduct from paying taxes. Does the office of the president know about, what's the name of them? Corporated? The phone bill. Corporate. Does the office of the president know about corporate bills? Imbert, you have any idea of corporate bills? Eh? I have between 3 to 5 for my my workers, important members of Real Talk Group. So hear this now. Does the president's husband, is his phone bill being covered there too? I'm just asking a question. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. I'm bold about it. But I would like some top lawyer in Trinidad and Tobago to question the selecting process of those 17 that got Silk Award. The Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago should do their own investigation and see who come up with what. And then the former president, her family didn't stay. Her mother didn't stay in the president's house. Well, I feel it's joke. Question on if the supplementation of $350,000 for electricity for the president's residence was arrears. Imbert stated that was not for arrears. The minister said there was an anticipated increase given that Kangaloo and her husband Garcia will live at the president's house in St. Anne's. Listen to this.
There's a supplementation of $350,000 for TNTech. Can the Honourable Minister indicate if this is a raise in light of noticing that there's a pattern under several ministries and now the Office of the President where we are seeing large amounts, and from last year's budget we were told that there were a lot of arrears. So could the Minister indicate if this too is a reflection of arrears?
The information I have, there are no arrears, but the new president is expected to occupy president's house, whereas the former president did not use president's house as her domicile, and therefore there's an anticipated increase in electricity usage at the building, official president's house building.
So was there an anticipated increase when the former president lived at the house? Well, not lived, but had her work done there. So what is the difference with the light bill from the former president to the new president? And is the same bills? Light bill, does that include washing on car? The light bill is for the current in the building. So what makes the current different from the former president to the present president? Could anybody answer that? Or is it that the former president, in all the rooms, all the lights were off 24 hours? Could somebody address that matter in the parliament? Question on if the supplementation of the $200,000 for phone expense for May to September 2023 was for regular uses or an additional cost. Imbert added that this was in the anticipation of the president's family occupying the house. So hold on. Who is the president? Is the president Christine Kangaloo or is her family the president of Trinidad and Tobago? So Imbert anticipated $200,000 for phone bill. Does that cover the husband, the brother, and the children? I'm asking. Are they all president? Are they? Is a son or a daughter or uncle or a auntie, are they the president of Trinidad and Tobago? Or is it that Christine Kangaloo is the president? He said the cost was for the building and compound. That, hey, I'll listen to this.
item 05, telephone, an additional 200,000 is being requested for this line item up to September 30th, 2023. Can the Honourable Minister indicate if this line item was under budgeted in the presentation of the appropriation bill, or if this is additional unforeseen expenses that has incurred?
Again, I'm advised that all arrears have been settled. Again, this is an anticipation of the new president, together with family, occupying President's house.
Supplemental question. Honourable Minister, so we are projecting future expenses till the end of this fiscal year for the remaining months. Telephone expenditure at 200,000 for regular operational telephone expenses, or is there any specific capital expenditure for specific equipment is going to be installed for us to come up and utilize this amount of money?
It's not just for the building, it's for the entire compound, and I'm advised it's operational expenditure. These are estimates.
Are we paying the phone bill for the president family? Trinidad and Tobago, we foolish? What we eating, cattle dung? Or we eating a rock? What we eating? Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed. Didn't this president, the current president, ask for a chance that she's going to be fair and unbiased? Didn't she ask when she was paying, and didn't she appealed to the population to give her a chance? And this is her very first act to be unfair and biased. Clearly, sir. Now, look at it. Didn't the Prime Minister say that he knows nothing about law, so he would consult with law? But he is the man. You see, everything today, sir, once you are politically affiliated with this PNM government, that is all the qualification you need, sir. That is all. Eminent and prominent senior counsel, Mr. Avery Sinanan. Do you know Mr. Sinanan, sir? He's a prominent senior counsel. And he said to get that, you know, you must be judged by your peers. Look at the political acumen of Mr. Ramlogan. Probably he's the best in the region, in this part of the world, sir. And then this man had the audacity to question the skills of Mr. Ramlogan or Ms. Bissessa. Look at the legal luminaries in the like of Gerald Randine. Look at the work that these gentlemen do. Look at Kelvin Rangisoon. Look at Jagdev Singh. Look at Mr. Prakash Ramadan. Look at these fellas who distinguish their name. But you know what is the disqualification? They are not politically affiliated with the PNM. Look at the case note, so look at the bias. You know, the Prime Minister always have a thing, Kamla Prasad Bissessa. Did he do anything as good as Kamla Prasad Bissessa? Kamla Prasad Bissessa in her 5 years did not increase a single tax. We had better roads, better conditions of living. Crime was down. Why he don't speak about that?
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Now, staying on his phone bill. However, the MP stated that Imber did not answer questions on if the line item for $200,000 was for phone expense was for May to September 2023. Listen to this.
Madam Chair, through you, to the Honourable Minister. Minister, I'm not referring to the building, I'm referring to specifically line item 05, telephone, where the explanation given for this line item for $200,000 is the sum needed to meet obligation of TSTT to September 30th. We're in the month of May, so I'm asking if it is from May to September, we're expecting to utilize $200,000 in telephone bills, or is there additional pieces of equipment that is going to be installed?
I already answered that.
I believe the question was asked
and answered.
And as far as each prong of your question, it was answered.
How come the lady in the white now who blocked up her face there with the grey hair could come out and say the question was answered? The question was never answered. Is new equipment going to be installed? Is the phone bill from May to September, is it going to be $200,000? Are we catering for the president's family in this bill also? Imbert. Answer the question. Answer the question. You are ducking the question. Trinidad and Tobago, $200,000 in phone bill. But all you can get all a gratuity grant. All you can get all a social welfare grant. All you can get back pay in Trinidad. But you know what? $40,000 a month for phone bill. For who? The president. What happened to that corporate package for the president? What happened to that? Hey, that's why when I come here and I start to hit, I hitting you with news. I hitting you with facts. Deep inside facts you're getting. So here is next bacchanal. The video. Education Minister Dr. Nian Gaspidoli have stated that vaping by children is one of the issues that is currently being addressed in the nation's schools. She was responding to questions from the media about prevalence of vaping in the nation's school. No smoking in school, no drinking in school. It can't change. Understand what I'm saying? It cannot change. No drinking, no smoking. That is an education facility. Dr. Gaspy stated that vaping is one of the issues dealt with at schools as guidelines counselors do seminars about it in schools where they notice an increase. So the principal now, is it okay to vape in school? Is it okay to smoke in school? Is it okay to bring a weapon in school? Is it? Come back to me. So Trinidad and Tobago, I want you to see something. This fight took place at Princeton West, correct? Secondary. Look at this. Look at this video. Look at that. Princeton West Secondary. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. You see those boys that rush and cuff and slap. Well, look at that. You see that? Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. Come back to me. They are too young to go into prison, correct? They're too young to go into prison. Throw back up the video. But them are too young to do this. Eh? They're not too young to do this. Look at that. Look at it. Watch. Watch. Princeton West Secondary. They're not too young to launch us a cuff at a student. Come back. Trinidad and Tobago, them are too young to do that. Eh? Let me tell you something. What is Gaspy Dolly doing to address school violence? You want to talk about vaping? What the hell? You done see or something? You in a darkers, you have a veil over your eye? Is the Ministry of Education seeing what is taking place in our schools today? Or they want to talk about vaping? Do not be a lackadaisical ministry. Because I will tell you something. If that was all your son, so I want to know now what the parents of them Rango Tango children and them doing about that. Because let me tell you something. If I had the privilege, Trinidad and Tobago, if I had the privilege to show their faces on national television, let me tell you something. I would have gladly done that. Gladly done that. So here it is. They're too young to fight. Throw back up the video. They're too young right? They're too young to go to prison, but they're not young to do that, eh? Gasby Dolly, your child should have faced that. I'm not inciting violence, you know, but unless something happened critical, those duncy-head people that run in the Ministry of Education, let me tell you something. Until something like this happen, I won't be satisfied. Look at this young man, eh? Look at this young man. Both of them that run down on the school boy. Look at it. Closely look at it. Watch. Look at it. Front and back. I wonder what their mother and father do with them. But so help my God, if I had the privilege to show their face on TV, I would have highlighted them one by one. You would have seen every one of them face. So now all you understand, it could be wrong of me for saying this, you know. It could be wrong of me for saying this as a media personal. But I will say it anyway. When you find people going missing, you just want to know why. Two students had an argument. Two of them again join in now and beat up the boy for nothing. Let me tell you something. If all you have all the difference, deal with it out of the school. In the school, let me tell you something. I wonder if the Princess and police going to charge them with wounded with intent. The parents of the boy who got beat up, his family should take one of them senior counsel and charge them wounded with intent. Let me tell you something. Them should have about 10 charges. About 10 charges. Don't send them to YTC, no. Send them where the 18 and over years going. You want to go to school, you want to go and run down on somebody else's shoe, take that in your tail. The ministry, as I said, that duncy head people running it right now. Unless their family end up in something like that you seen on screen, try to back. Unless their family end up in something like that, all you would pick up. What the video? Unless all your children end up in something like that, all you wouldn't step in. Look at that, Princess West. 2 students have an altercation. 2 of them jump in again. Boy, let me tell you something. Monkey doesn't know which branch to jump on, you know. Monkey doesn't know what branch to jump on. Look at that. The guy who had the altercation, he walked away while 2 of them beating up a student. You see the one who launched in there? That short glasses boy? Boy, let me tell you something, eh? Let me tell you something. Me, being your father, when I done with you, the state would have had to charge me, you know. The state would have had to charge me, you know. I catching my mother and then working to make sure you have a proper education and you go to launch at somebody else's children. Your 2 hands will not be yours. Your foot will not be yours. Your back will not be yours. The hair on your head, you have to tell yourself is a machine pass on it. I as a parent saying that. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. We have too much as soft parents in Trinidad here. That's what happened. Too much as soft parents in Trinidad. What is the principal doing? Are you going to suspend them and get them out of your school? Because when you talk Princess West, who is the principal down there, boy? Their name John Doe. John Doe got a bad name right there. Your name gets stink up all over. And then all of a sudden they say, Saieed, you're this and you're that and you're the next. All you're going to do by now, let that happen. They will make you an example in a square. I just always tell people, come around me, I deal with you different, you know. Me, I pay nobody to go and see about nobody, you know. No. I just light my light. I just say my prayers. I just do my whatever, and I go deal with it. That's what I keep saying. When they made attempt behind my son, 3 of them blind, you know. They may know what paper in front of them. And I will gladly do it again, come around my children or my family. Let me tell you something trying to big. I don't expect any other program on TV to do what I'm doing. Because it's always somebody buying out somebody and somebody telling somebody hush them out. That's a hush mode by me, you know. Somebody had to stand up for the right thing. Somebody. The Law Association said Amor had no discussion with them. So is it that because of whatever reason they choose not to have discussion? Did Kangaloo family meet the criteria for silk? Did it or didn't? So viewers, we are out of time for tonight. Our rerun of this program is tomorrow from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And hopefully by the grace of God, He will keep me for another episode, another live episode on Synergy TV from 7 to 8 p.m. Wednesday night. Until we meet again, viewers, good night.